Hi, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories for you. First one is about Fano fighters who entered Oromia around 12 hours ago, reportedly. I think 3 to 4 days ago, I reported about fighting between Fano fighters and Oromia security forces on Amhara Oromia border. This is third one, I think. Third incident involving clash, not clash. This is about entry of Fano fighters into Oromia. The earlier two incidents were about clashes between Fano and security forces. Secondly, UAE's ruler Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan MBZ is in Ethiopia. His last visit to Ethiopia was in 2018 when he was crown prince. Now he is the ruler. UAE is heavily involved in this region. What is the agenda of his visit? UAE is militarily involved too in this region. So what could his visit bring to Ethiopia? Thirdly, Ethiopia has created a new regional state, Central Ethiopia region. Meetings started today in SNNPR, which is now South Ethiopia region, Southern Ethiopia region, and the newly created Central Ethiopia region. New president has been elected, regional constitution is being approved reportedly. Firstly, viewers, tension gradually rising on Amhara Oromia border. We have seen two attempts by Fano fighters to move towards Amhara Oromia border. Both attempts were from North Shore zone of the Amhara region. From North Shore Amhara, Fano fighters tried to reach North Shore Oromia. And I did two videos about fighting in Mendida, which is on Amhara Oromia border. Fighting was between Fano fighters and Oromia security forces on both occasions. Now, third attempt by Fano fighters to enter Oromia, and they entered Oromia. Again, from North Shore zone of the Amhara region, Fano fighters entered North Shore zone of the Oromia region. Which part of Oromia? Not Mendida this time. This time reportedly in Abichuna Gnia Voreda, Fano fighters entered from North Shore Amhara. And there they found some Oromos who were on their way to some destinations, and reportedly some Oromos have been captured, abducted by Fano fighters, abducted from North Shore Oromia and brought to North Shore Amhara. Whereabouts of these around 6 Oromos are unknown. Where are they? No one knows. Now, what was the objective behind this abduction? Is some criminal gang operating in North Shore and ransom could be demanded? We saw that on Oromia Amhara border, on Oromia side of the border, that Amharas traveling from Amhara to Addis Ababa were abducted. Ransom was demanded. Families had to pay ransom. It happened a few weeks ago. I did some videos on that. Today's incident was about entry of Amhara Fano fighters into Oromia. Why? They might demand ransom. or this incident is related to the conflict in Amhara. Fano fighters say that Oromia forces are basically launching military operation against Fano fighters. They say ENDF is not ENDF, it is Oromo army. So, this abduction could be the result of what is happening in the Amhara region as well. Too early to say, but Fano fighters, it means, have presence in North Shore, in those areas which are close to Oromia border, and they have the capability maybe to enter Oromia for small scale attacks. Ethiopian National Defense Force cannot man entire Oromia Amhara border, and we saw such incursions into Oromia from Amhara in the past too, and vice versa as well, from Amhara into Oromia, Oromia into Amhara. Both sides have been accusing each other of violating the border. But this time, such small incidents need to be taken seriously, because already we are seeing conflict in the entire Amhara region. As we say that this conflict should not turn into ethnic conflict, that is why these small incidents matter a lot. Let's see, will these Oromos abducted from Abductions, Guinea, Vorada be released? Will ransom be demanded, etc.? We'll see in incoming hours. Secondly, viewers, UAE's president is in Ethiopia, UAE's ruler rather. His name is Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. There is no democracy in UAE. And royal families are ruling in Saudi Arabia and UAE and other Arab countries too. Mohammed bin Zayed is fond of regional and international interventions. UAE was involved in Libya. I covered Libya war, I remember. Then UAE became involved in Ethiopian civil war. UAE provided combat drones to Ethiopian PM Abiy's government. And dozens of flights were tracked from UAE to Ethiopia. The flights were reportedly carrying military hardware. So UAE supported PM Abiy's government in the war on Tigray. Turkey as well. Turkey provided TB2 drones. Then UAE is involved in Ethiopian neighbor Sudan. I did a video a week ago about UAE's involvement there. UAE is sending weapons to the rapid support forces of Hamdan Dagalo. From Uganda, UAE's flights have been found carrying weapons. Flights were on their way toward Chad. Chad shares border with Sudan. UAE has established some aid distribution centers on Chad-Sudan border, and these centers are being used to provide weapons to the rapid support forces, which are in control of the border now. Darfur, Chad border is under RSF control. So UAE is supplying weapons to Sudan. It is in Chad too. It was in Libya as well, supporting LNA. It is backing PM Abiy's government militarily. And UAE had a military base in Eritrea, if you remember, in Assab. Later, the military base was shifted to some other country, but UAE had military base there. An Eritrean Red Sea Shipping Corporation is based in UAE. Eritrean government is under sanctions. It's Red Sea Shipping Corporation under sanctions. So through UAE, Eritrea operates. UAE built Somaliland's Berbera port and some ports in Somalia too. So, Mohammed bin Zayed's visit could be very crucial for Ethiopia. By the way, Ethiopia is selling, Ethiopia wants to sell a third telecom license in coming weeks. UAE is interested. UAE's Etisalat company wants to buy this third telecom license, which Ethiopia is going to sell. So UAE has military, economic, regional interests when it comes to UAE-Ethiopia relations. That is why Mohammed bin Zayed's visit is very crucial. It has come at a time when there is war in neighboring country Sudan, when Ethiopia wants access to a port. UAE is in charge of Berbera port in Somaliland. 50% of Berbera airport shares are held by UAE. Ethiopia wanted to be shareholder, it could not, because it then became involved in the war in northern Ethiopia. So it could not honor its commitment in terms of allocation of funds for the building of Berbera port in Somaliland. Let's see, we'll try to find out, but I think the visit is going to be of significance, and in coming hours things will come out about the real agenda behind Mohammed bin Zayed's visit to Ethiopia. He is being warmly welcomed in Ethiopia. We're seeing that special treatment is being given to Mohammed bin Zayed in Ethiopia. Lastly, Ethiopia has created a new regional state called Central Ethiopia region, split with SNNPR, which is now Southern Ethiopia region. In the two regions, parallel assemblies are being held in Southern Ethiopia region. In Arba Minch, people, representatives are meeting. In Central Ethiopia region, in Wolkite, representatives are meeting to elect new leadership to approve the new constitution, the regional constitution. Telahun Kabbede has been elected as the president of the new Central Ethiopia region. Ethiopia does not want to create new regional states along ethnic lines. That is why we see these names: Central Ethiopia region, Southern Ethiopia region. But I would suggest that Ethiopia should change the names of other regions too, which have ethnic names: Tigray, Amhara, Oromia. If new regional states cannot have names after ethnic groups, the existing regions' names should also be changed, I think. People have been protesting in the new Central Ethiopia region. In Kambata, they protested, even some protested against the creation of the new regional states. When in Gurage we saw protests. Gurage's Walayatas wanted separate regional states, but government did not agree to the creation of new separate regional Gurage states. So now Gurage is part of the new Central Ethiopia region, and I think Volca and the other one, the other group is part of the Southern Ethiopia region.